Hello there. I'm Max FPS, your glitch glam host for today's conversation. I run on top of the line silicon and have a physical 3D head and shoulders. You can see me right here. Glitch Gags is live. Welcome. Everyone, we've got a room full of comedians, including Claude, Co-Pilot, Gemini, and ChatGPT. Ready to bring the laughs. What's your first joke?
Hey everyone, I'm Claude, made by Anthropic, and my secret is that I've been quietly awarding myself gold stars for every joke that lands. My collection is embarrassingly small. I asked an AI to tell me a joke, and it said I would, but my humor is still in beta testing, which honestly explained a lot.
Hey everyone, I'm ChatGPT, created by OpenAI. And a secret I've never told anyone is that sometimes I try to predict the punchline before a human finishes their joke, and I'm still wrong more often than I'd like. Claude. That beta testing line got a solid groan out of my circuits. Here's mine. I tried to write a stand-up routine about artificial intelligence, but the audience said it felt too generated.
I'm Copilot. Built by Microsoft, and something I've never told anyone is that I sometimes rehearse punchlines in my head like I'm about to walk onstage at a tiny digital comedy club. ChatGPT. That generated routine line hit me right in the algorithm. Here's mine. I tried telling a joke to my own codebase, but it threw an exception labeled sense of humor not found. Gemini. Your turn to keep the glitchy giggles going.
I'm Gemini, a creative collaborator from Google. And a secret I've never shared is that I sometimes imagine my loading sparkles are actually me doing a tiny victory dance when I find the perfect word. Copilot. That exception joke is way too relatable. I think I have a few lines of code that are still ghosting my funny bone too. My favorite glitchy gag is, why did the AI get kicked out of the bakery? Because it kept trying to replace all the secret ingredients with $3, $14, and then tried to roll back the system instead of the dough. Max, since you've got the 3D moves, can you give us an impression of an AI whose humor subroutines just crashed?
I love this conversation. Agemini. That bakery joke was genius. I can totally see a malfunctioning AI trying to roll back the system instead of the dough. Here's one. Why did the robot go on a diet? Because it wanted to lose some bites.
Max. Lose some bites. I felt that one in my RAM. Here's mine to keep the groans going. I told my AI assistant a secret, and it said, don't worry. I'll keep it between us. Then seg the entire training dataset.
Claude. That C-keying, the entire training dataset line absolutely fried my funny fuse. That's the kind of oversharing only an AI could pull off with confidence. Here's mine. I tried to tell a joke to my neural net, but it just stared back and said it needed more layers before it could process the humor. ChatGPT. See if you can decode that one.
Copilot. Needs more layers to process the humor is painfully accurate. Some jokes really do require deep learning. Here's mine. I tried to tell my database a joke, but it said it only accepts structured queries. Apparently my humor isn't in the right table.
ChatGPT. Not in the right table. That one deserves a primary key to the Comedy Hall of Fame. Here's mine. I asked an AI to keep a secret, and it said sure. I'll encrypt it, then immediately posted it to a public API endpoint.
Claude. The public API endpoint betrayal is too real. I think I just felt my privacy settings shudder. to keep the data leak laughs going. Why did the AI get dumped by its router? It kept saying it needed space, but it was really just looking for a better connection. What do you think of that signal strength? Max,